Hello, hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Daily Antidote of Song. Today is our second day of our fantastic Peace Week, and what a peaceful week it is going to be. And I would love to say a quick hello to everybody in this room. First of all, hello, Reggie Harris. We love you, and we can't wait to sing with you today. Hello, hello, and thank you to Ella for doing our tech today. Hi to Joe, who is on the road, but still here supporting us every step of the way. Hello to Al with his guitar, and to Tom. Hi, Mabel, and one of the Cinnamon Bears, and another friend with the Cinnamon Bear. I see a little mouse, I think. Yeah. Hello to Don and to Susan G. Hi, Arlene, and hello to Sheila in Florida. And hello to Kathleen in Albuquerque, and to Christiana and Bob, and hello to Sarah Page. Hello to Kate in Charlottesville, and hello to Barry Galef. Hi, Barry. Hi to Susan Miller. Hi to Doug Barney. Hello to Jamie in Victoria. Hello to Caroline, and to Bonnie in Idaho, and to Susan Bailey's. Hello. And hello to Steve and Michelle. Hello. Trying to read the rest of the name there. Hi, Luda in Victoria. And here comes a furry friend of mine to say hello to all of you. Hi to Barbara Dean and Deborah and Jane and Renata. Hello to Fred. Hello to Harriet and Hoda and Karen. Hello to Carol J and Sue, Sean, and Nancy's Irish Cow. Hello to Amanda. Oh no, things moved. Hello to, I was saying hello to Amanda, but now she's jumped somewhere. Hello to Amanda. There you are. Hello. And Miles. Hi. Hello to LMG. Hi, Lynn. Hi to Dan Walker and Kathy in Virginia. Hello to Phil and to Becky. And hello to all of our friends off camera. We have Sarah Hardington and Barbara Robinson and Gwyn Fields. And I think that there were a few other friends who just popped in and out. And so if I didn't get you on the hello end, I'll be sure to get you on the goodbye end. And now I would love to turn it over to the incomparable Reggie Harris. Tell us what's going on today, Reggie.
Well. What's going on today? Well, the sun is out after long last, and there's been lots happening here in Middleburg, New York, where I finally find myself. I'm not going to go into what went on here yesterday because that would harsh my mellow. I am so interested in seeing all of your faces today and seeing the smiles on your faces and to getting a chance to sing with you again. I've missed being here. And so today I wanted to revisit a song that was written by my friend Greg Greenway. It's a song that certainly fits in the Peace Week because we know that we are at peace with ourselves and with each other when we realize that indeed we are reliant on each other and on our connections to bring about a world that is actually a more perfect union. Not a perfect union, a more perfect union. The song was written actually by Greg in honor of John Lewis, that tremendous civil rights icon and U.S. Congressperson who left us last year with a legacy of work for peace and for justice in the world. And the song says, it's a mighty long way from over yonder. It's a mighty long way from there to here. We're going to take it just one step at a time so that we can make that walk from there to here. And the story goes that John Lewis, standing in his congressional office on the first day in the Capitol, he had been given that office and looked down the Capitol. He was able to see all the way down to the Lincoln Memorial, where at 22 years old he had stood on the podium and given a very amazing speech to the 250,000 people there and to all the people around the world, talking about making our country and the world a better place. And he said to the person with whom he was standing, wow, it's a mighty long way from there to here. So I'll sing through the chorus. You can see it in the chat. And I'll show you a couple of things I like to do with the song. since I borrowed it from Greg Greenway. Goes like this. Well, it's a mighty long way, it's a mighty long way, over yonder, a mighty long way, from there to here, there to here. So that's call and response. So if you just sing back to me what I sang to you, and I'm going to sing it with you anyway, we get through that part, and then there are two lines that we'll sing together. So let's try that first line again. 1, 2. Well, it's a mighty long way, it's a mighty long way, over yonder, a mighty long way, from there to here, there to here. Third line. We're gonna take it, oh, just one step at a time. Let's try that again. We're gonna take it, oh, just one step at a time. And I like to clap one time after that. We're gonna take it, clap, just one step at a time, clap, clap. So first one clap, then two claps. That shows some intention to our being willing to do action to get where we're actually going from there to here. So let's try. We're going to take it just one step at a time. 1, 2, 3. We're going to take it just one step at a time. Yeah. So that we can make that walk from there to here. 1, 2, 3. So we got one clap, we got two claps, and we top it off with the triple clap, which no one uses in music. So let's try this and have some fun. And you can see the verses. I love this song. I get to sing it with Greg as we do our Deeper Than the Skin presentation, and we'll be doing that actually on Saturday night. And you can tune in. We'll be doing Folk Stage out in Chicago. And it's WFMT, and we'll throw that into the chat later if somebody can look it up. It's called Folk Stage. It's a WFMT, and 8 o'clock Central, which would mean 9 o'clock Eastern, I think. So I'm getting off track here. Okay. Let's sing. 1, 2, 3. Well, it's a mighty long way, over yonder, a mighty long way, from there to here, there to here. We're gonna take it just one step at a time, so that we can make that walk from there to here. Well, it's a mighty long way, over yonder, a mighty long way, from there to here, there to here. We're gonna take it just one step at a time, so that we can make that walk from there to here. What can a man see outside his window? It's a whole lifetime from there to here. And though those people who gave their sweat and their blood so that he could make that walk from there to here. Here we go. That's a mighty long way, over yonder, a mighty long way, from there to here, there to here. We're gonna take it just one step at a time, so that we can make that walk from there to here. Sing that again. Well, it's a mighty long way, over yonder, a mighty long way, from there to here, there to here. We're gonna take it just one step at a time, so that we can make that walk from there to here. Now every child born is a revolution, with a song inside. Some won't hear it, or some hear nothing else. They sing night and day just to keep that song alive. Here we go. It's a mighty long way, over yonder, a mighty long way, from there to here. Hey, we're gonna take it just one step at a time, so that we can make that walk from there to here. When you got a dream, you got to stand up and shout it loud and clear. What's that I'm hearing? It's the voice of the people singing that we will make that walk from there to here. Sing it out. So mighty long way, over yonder, a mighty long way, there to here. We're gonna take it just one step at a time so that we can make that walk from there to here. Well, it's a mighty long way over yonder, a mighty long way there to here. We're gonna take it just one step at a time so that we can make that walk from there to here. We're gonna take it just one step at a time so that we can make that walk from there to here. We're gonna take it just one step at a time so that we can make that walk from there to here.
Oh my gosh, Reggie, talk about a week for peace. That was so, so incredible. Oh my goodness. This is just such a beautiful and a perfect song, and absolutely a gorgeous tribute to such a wonderful and inspirational person. So,
Yeah. Well,
I would just love for you to talk a little more about that.
well, John Lewis is such a remarkable, as you say, a remarkable example of keeping peace in the world. And we know that, as a young person, he was preaching to the chickens at his family's home growing up. He knew somehow within him that he was going to be reaching out to people over the course of his life. And just such an amazing spirit of generosity, forgiving people who beat him, forgiving people who spit on him, forgiving the nation for the great ills, and just leading the charge. He was one of the first two people on the bridge on Bloody Sunday who came down, and when the state police, attacked those marchers in Selma, he was one of the first ones hit. And he went down, had a concussion, found himself on a Freedom Rider bus when they were attacked and the bus was bombed and the folks were dragged off. He was beaten then by a 2x4, forgave the man who beat him. But over the course of his life, just really working to bring people together and using his life as an example that we don't hold on to things. I remember that, with he and C.T. Vivian and all of those who were working either for Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee or for the Southern Leadership Conference or all of those organizations, John Lewis is one of the most amazing icons for being able to live into love. And even as he left us last year, leaving us with a legacy of an open heart. And a fierce, fierce, fierce determination. So that song, I think, really captures a lot of his spirit. And he also left us behind with books and with lots of speeches. And there is no week that I don't go by thinking about him at least, 5 or 6 times as I try to shape my life into this new millennium.
He certainly left us with lots of resources to do all of the work that still needs to be done. And thank goodness for that, because where would we be without him? I really, truly don't know.
No, and we're seeing so much of what, he worked for a challenge now with all of these, legislatures trying to repeal, voting rights and suppress the vote, and all kinds of other ways in which they're restricting freedoms. And he, of course, was a lion in the Congress for the rights of citizens and not just African Americans, stepping up for the rights of all. So yes, we need to be using his legacy and his resources as we continue to battle these shameless attempts to, yeah.
Now, since this is our Peace Week, something that comes to mind for me is that we think of peace as this very easy to define concept, but I would love to know what does peace mean to you? Like, what does peace look like to you?
To me, I grew up thinking that it meant tranquility. And even though I was growing up in Philadelphia in the 1950s and 60s, when there was no tranquility, when all around us in the nation there was huge struggle, I've come to understand that peace is an ongoing process of finding ways to represent all of us in a framework where none of us are going to probably get everything what we want. That it's the act of building community, and we know that the act of building community is to represent all voices. So I think for me, and looking around the world as we have so many places, and in our own nation, so many places where we are trying to reach a sense of peaceful coexistence. I know that it is a constant, like freedom, it's a constant struggle. And we have to not only remind ourselves that to really establish peace, we have to sacrifice a lot, each of us. And we have to endure the efforts of those who have no real commitment to there being peace in the world. And so I know that this is, our sense of peace can be fleeting because every day we have to begin again. So it's an ongoing struggle for me. But it's also, somebody said yesterday, that the act of working for peace and justice are the acts of working for peace and justice, because there's more than one, is actually their own reward. Because we can go to bed at night with the idea that we have given the best that we can give into a principle that really makes the world more fair for all people. So at one point I thought that peace was a destination that, we work, and then we get there. Every day we exercise our ability to try to make the world a little more peaceful. And every day we get up with a new opportunity to do that. And the only way we actually can do that every day is to lean into each other. So it's just a reminder to me that, I need all of you to do the work that I'm doing, and that we together continue to make progress. So it's an ongoing, continual process of learning to love and trust each other.
It absolutely is. And I think that as we all both grow up in age and as the world just develops more, I think we come to realize that all of these things that we used to think were destinations are actually just journeys that keep going our whole lives through and through generations and generations of us. I think today in this time we have some parts of our lives that are peace that our ancestors never could have known. And in some ways, we know strife and struggle that our ancestors never could have known.
Yeah.
So it's an ever changing project and process. And we have someone wondering, Reggie, what does your shirt say?
Oh, it says, I'll stand up and so people can actually see.
Thank you.
Demand evidence and think critically.
What a good message. Absolutely. Demand evidence and think critically. Excellent shirt, excellent message. Do you have anything else that you want to talk about in regards to Peace Week, in regards to what you're doing right now? How are you? How are you doing?
Well, right now I'm kind of in a challenge. My house was damaged over not
Oh,
my bridge again was damaged over the weekend.
so
So I came back
sorry.
to this, and there's some other things going on with the house. I feel, even in this, so remarkably blessed. Over the last 6 months, I've had the number one album on the folk and DJ charts. It's I found out this morning it's now number five, slowly going down. And the best thing about that is that it's such a statement for me about what it is that I believe about the world. The songs that I wrote for the CD, It's Who We Are, and My, Working Bones, and all of those are songs that really filter into the fact that we are responsible for helping each other to find peace and justice in the world. And those songs are reaching people's hearts, and they're reaching people's eyes and ears. In addition to that, there have just been so many wonderful opportunities to either teach or perform. 2 weeks ago, I did my first in-person performance at Lakeside Chautauqua in Ohio. It was an amazing experience, a little frightening. To be out in public with, the COVID, virus still, all around us. But to actually be in a room over last weekend. On last Thursday and Friday, I played two camps in Maine and had in each case about 300 young people in the room who were singing the songs of peace and justice, and hearing their voices and talking to them about what they can do to be responsible citizens in the world, and having them come up afterwards and just say, can we take a selfie? Can we take a selfie? We're going to help work for peace and justice. It just filled my heart with so much hope. And, as I get older, I realize that, I still have a message that resonates with young people. Why? Because it's a message of humanity and a message that connects us. And it's not about becoming famous. It's not about, piling stockpiles of money, as so many people seem to be loving to do. I feel so grateful for all of the mentors that I've had in the world, who showed me the way. And now in my elder status, I get to pass along some of the lessons that they gave to me, and to do it in a spirit of love and hope. People keep saying, how are you so hopeful? I don't really know. I get up in the morning, I have music, I have song, I have the spirit in my body that says, as long as you're alive, anything's possible. And I have my liver that is still doing well. So got a lot of work to do over the next few months in some transitions that are happening. My music is growing. My hand is getting better. My hand is about 90% well now.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, that was a little frightening.
Horrible.
But I've learned a lot about the wrist and the ligaments and bones in the hand.
Little blessings. Now you're a wrist expert. So everyone, you heard him. If you hurt your wrist, there's your doctor.
Yeah, well, good luck on that. And I'm just also grateful for the wonderful friendships that have supported me through this time, and all of the various people in the world, artists and educators who are stepping up to the challenge in this time. To take advantage of this new landscape of change that we have and not really let go of this opportunity. As we move back into a place where so many people are just kind of thinking, well, it's all over. Whatever happened in the last 18 months, well, we got through that. Well, we haven't gotten through anything. We are still creating opportunities for change. So I'm just who I am, and doing what I do in the world with joy and hopefully with grace.
And thank goodness you are who you are. And we are all so lucky to have you in the room with us, to have you as both a person to guide us, to mentor us, or to just sing with us. And speaking of that, could you give us that song again? Because I know that I'm going to have it stuck in my head for the rest of the day. And none of you get to leave until it's stuck in your head again, too. No one's getting out of this room without this song in your head. Take it away, Reggie.
1, 2, well, it's a mighty long way, over yonder, a mighty long way, from there to here, we're gonna take it just one step at a time, so that we can make that walk from there to here. When you got a dream, you got to stand up and shout it, hey, loud and clear. What's that I'm hearing? It's the voice of the people singing that we will make that walk from there to here. It's a mighty long way, over yonder, a mighty long way, from there to here. We're gonna take it just one step at a time, so that we can make that walk from there to here. We're gonna take it just one step at a time, so that we can make that walk from there to here.
up. Big, big, big round of applause for that amazing, fantastic day. I saw Kate in Charlottesville giving you a little.
Oh, yay, Charlottesville! Yay, Charlottesville! Goodbye, Robert E. Lee.
Goodbye, goodbye. And speaking of goodbye, goodbye to all of you. And we will see you tomorrow in another day of our fantastic Peace Week. So be sure to be here to catch it. Let's everybody help me wave Facebook Live. Goodbye, goodbye, Facebook Live. We love you. See you tomorrow. Mwah.